What's up, guys? MWO still alive. Let me play one more intro. Get some more people up in here. Hey, what's up with the folks out there?
Misfits World.
I love it.
Misfits World. Misfits World Order. For life. Misfits World Order. MWO. For life. Warning. The following content contains material that may or may not be interesting to some viewers, but the only way to really find out is to watch it to the very end. Otherwise, you may never really know. So proceed if you dare, but don't say you were never warned.
Are y'all ready for that?
MWO.
Yes, motherfucking sir. What's going on, folks? Laurie Rose, what's going on? Just V Sue. Spike, what's going on, my brother Spike? We got Zelly Zell in the house. We got, what else we got? I see Clarissa. Game over two was going. Oh, actually, that's game over four. My bad. Also known as SEO. Clarissa, what's going on? Yeah, I got a special guest coming up in a few minutes. So what's up, my peeps? Long time no see. It was scheduled for tomorrow, but I decided to go on today. Uh, yeah, why not? I said, why not? Now I just wanted to say hi to everybody, update some people on what's coming next for the MWO. But yeah, good to see everybody. Yeah. All right. Let me bring up my special guest. Uh,
It's playing on my side, buddy. Welcome.
hey,
Good to see
hey,
you.
it was my bad.
It
Mr. P,
happens.
folks.
Good
Mr.
evening.
P.
Good
My bad.
evening.
I couldn't hear it on my side for some reason. Yeah, my bad, brother. Little fumble. It's been a while. It's been a while. I haven't been back here in a little while.
Yeah, StreamYard
Well,
does that sometimes. I'll hit the button, I won't hear anything, and everyone's saying that they
yeah,
hear it. But like, if that happens, just hit the reset, just reload. It'll fix it. That's StreamYard
yeah.
for it. It always happens.
I wasn't sure. How's my mic, by the way?
Your mic sounds good, man.
Does it? Okay, good
Yeah.
stuff. 'Cause
Why?
I
What are you
wasn't
using?
sure. No, I'm just using the regular stuff. Sometimes I gotta take the echo cancellation off, but I guess today I'm good. Yeah. So what's up, Mr. P? Long night last night, man. Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's been kind of a long couple days.
yeah.
Um, and don't get me wrong, I'm not hating it,
Hmm.
but yeah, it's not easy to go through a bunch of video and put it all together and then go live. Like I know some folks are used to it, they know how to do it, but I'm working with an iPad, so it's a little bit of a different
Hmm.
experience, especially with one screen.
Yeah,
But we get it done.
yeah. But you do a lot more work than like the regular Joe, like me. You do a lot of editing and videos, recaps, and all that good stuff. So
Well,
yeah,
yeah, I mean,
uh,
where do you think those intros come from? And somebody's got to
yeah.
edit those. Now, in this
Somebody's got to
case,
edit it.
STO is killing it. I don't know
Yeah.
if he did all that for you, but you know, the guy is very talented.
Oh, did you see that? Yeah, I love it, right? That's some
Very
hot stuff.
nice.
Yeah.
Very
Well done.
nice. Yeah, he
Well
does a
done.
great job, so I appreciate him. But how are things with you,
Absolutely.
man? How's
Pretty good,
how's
man.
everything going?
Yeah, just pretty good, man. I had to rest up. I was up with you for a little while, so and after that I couldn't sleep. Man, I just stood up for a little I actually went for some food shopping for breakfast, but I realized we didn't have a couple stuff here, so I went out there, got some eggs and stuff, and I slept a couple hours, and I just been in the house all day. It's one of those days, just shooting the shit, not doing much. How about you? You working? You out and about?
Yeah, no, I basically the last couple of days I had to get some stuff done with the car and all that, so I've been kind of off the road.
Right.
Um, but fortunately, insurance. Great thing about insurance is you get the residual income and comes in when you need it. So it's been end of the month for me. It's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
So I was able to kind of like just settle in for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the beginning of the month. You know how that goes, man. Here in Philadelphia, everything gets all the supermarkets get flooded, all everything. It's like it goes crazy out here. Um, but
Yeah, no, for sure.
yeah. Grumpy Drunk, what's going on, Grumpster? Zelly Zell, Christian R. It's good to see everyone. I missed everyone. I did. I really did miss everyone for sure. Yeah.
Hang on, but I'm gonna switch devices real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Get down. Yeah. This is my core of subscribers right here. I see everyone here. A couple of you guys missing, but But this wasn't announced. This is last minute too. I just went live, just off the cuff. Um, but it's good to see everyone. It really is. It's been a long road for Angel Newfound Life, but uh, you know, there's nothing like new beginnings. I love new beginnings. You know what I mean? Actually, I have a new effect back here. Yeah, start overs aren't that bad. Believe me. You know, I've had a number of start overs in my life, so it's all good. You know what I mean? The channel's still here. The desire to go live is still here. The willingness to share stories is still here. The funny's still here. All that is still here. You know what I mean? I just gotta make some adjustments. You know what I mean? Um, when you're used to doing things with a set of other people, so you just gotta kind of transition and kind of even go solo by myself sometimes, which is new to me because I've actually never gone solo only but a few times. Hey, True LES, what's going on, Boricua's on the set, Dick Insider.
Yo, true. What's good, man? Dick Insider. Um, yeah, it's you know what? German lady said that to me once, and it didn't register with me at first. But she was like, it's very difficult. However, she said it, I think she was throwing shade, but like you couldn't do 2 hours or 3 hours. But her point was is that it's difficult to sit up on panel and keep people entertained with
Mhm.
just you talking, and running the
Yeah,
show. It's a lot
right,
easier, obviously, when you get a panel full of people to kind of sit
right.
back and let the show run itself. That's not hard. What's hard is holding attention for just you for 2.5
Yeah,
hours. She was actually pretty right about that. I would say dead
yeah.
on when it comes to that
I think
statement.
she's dead on that because I practiced with the morning. I went a couple mornings, coffee with Angel, and that's how I came to be. That's where I'm at now because I said to myself, well, Mr. P, I know he's gonna pop up, but I got a little practice in for a couple nights just to see if I can actually do it, and I was able to keep a crowd for an hour and a half. So I was like, that was pretty good. But yeah, I'm used to bouncing ideas and conversation off people. But it's just one on one with the subscriber, which isn't that bad.
Yeah, no, I mean, basically, that's how you're doing it. Is you're just talking, and then the chat's responding. So like your conversation really isn't one on one, and just you. It's really like you said, one on one with the chat, which I
Yeah.
think is I actually enjoy that a lot.
Yeah, I see
Actually.
you get into it, man. When your monologues are pretty good, bro. I mean, you go a good 30, 30 minutes with nobody on stage, at least the first 30, and you could tell that you've been either writing it down all day or you've been thinking, and it comes from the heart, and whatever you're saying is just right off the cuff, which is amazing to me. You know what I mean? So there you go. Not a lot of people can do that.
Well, I can tell you 100% that I don't practice my monologues.
Okay.
it's
It's
Hey,
not
look,
rehearsed.
just
It's not
just for
rehearsed.
the
Okay.
record, I'm not driving down the highway trying to read my monologue on the right with my right eye and drive with the left eye and
All
practice
right.
how I sound. Nor am I going home and looking in the mirror and standing up straight or doing any of that nonsense. But no,
Yeah.
but what I really pretty much do is a lot of times when I have a monologue, I'm just having it based on a topic that I'm usually either passionate about or
Right.
it's just if it's new to me, something that is really piqued my interest and I feel a certain type of way.
Right.
And when I go off and I go that long, that's me just basically thinking through what the issue is and kind of like trying to talk through it using both sides. And what's great about the audience is the audience will usually throw out both sides of the argument. They'll say
Right.
something on one side of the argument and another person will say something on the other side. So
Yeah.
it's great because it allows you to have the dialogue and then keep going.
Right.
But I can promise you, yeah, no practice ahead of time, no written out, just thought that eventually just kind of flows out, and we hope that it comes together in complete sentences when it's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, Yeah, I mean, it's all I have to. What I do focus on when I'm by myself, I just read. I read everything. I used to just do this, just highlight, and not really read the chat. Because people like their comments up on the panel, but now it kind of forces me to actually do some reading. So you know what I mean. So I get into it. So what's going on, True? I just reached. I know True actually the king of going by himself. Yeah, that's true. True runs a channel by himself for the most part. Doesn't have no partners or anything like that. And he's been doing it for a while. So shout out to True.
Yeah,
He's got
True
it.
needs no partners. He can run a show
Yeah, he's
either
got it
way.
mastered. He's got it mastered for sure.
He enjoys the company. Don't get me wrong, but he definitely
Yeah,
doesn't need the help or
yeah,
need anybody up there with him. He's got
yeah.
a
King
show either
Troll's
way.
another one. Shout out to King Troll's another one
Yep,
that goes.
same thing.
Shit.
Same thing. Yeah.
Dude, I seen him go like an hour with just a
Oh my
monologue,
god.
just talking about whatever. Yeah.
At
So,
least some of his
yeah.
lives make my lives look like they're little infomercials, dude. I mean, he's had one that's been like a week, like 36
Yeah,
hours. I mean, come
yeah,
on. Yeah.
for sure. He gets it in. Shout out to
No facts. Shout out to
King
King
Troll
Troll.
for sure. But
Yeah, man. It's not easy though. But
it's
like you
not
were
easy.
saying, I think it's just a matter of talking to the chat and kind of just being comfortable with the subject matter. Um,
Absolutely.
like my wife has a topic that she's going to talk about, which I won't introduce until she's ready. But she's got something that she's very versed in and
All right.
knows both sides of the argument. Has argued both sides in discords and other areas where you can debate, other forums we can debate.
Good
But
stuff.
for some reason, she was looking for some kind of feedback from somebody that hasn't really got back to her. And I told her the same thing. It's like just go out there and just put your shit out there and
Yeah,
have a discussion. If somebody's against you, they're gonna just try to correct you or respond, and that's okay. That's what the debate's for. But
right.
like she wants it to be kind of like perfect and make sure she covers everything. It's like I get where you're
Yeah,
coming from, and I understand this. That's the way she writes her chats.
yeah.
Just as like
I
just
mean,
throw it out there. So hopefully we'll see her do that. Within the
yeah,
next couple of days.
absolutely. I would love to see that, man. Sam hasn't. I would like to see Sam just out there, just on her own on panel. I don't think she's done that before. So, and I know she has a lot to say. So, I'm looking forward to that for sure. I think a lot of us are. Um,
Yeah. I mean, listen, we had this discussion today.
yeah,
She likes being in the chat. That's her thing. She'll go up
that's
on
her
panel,
thing. Yeah,
but at the end of the day, she would rather be in the chat than be on the panel. That's
yeah.
just the way that she likes to do things.
Well, I met Sam in the comment section writing these long, long comments. So long that I had to take screenshots at times because it was like, I had to,
Don't get me
yeah.
started about the books. Please do not get me
No,
started.
when
Oh
I
boy.
saw the content, what she was actually saying, I didn't want to miss a beat. So I either rewatched the stream, or it was easier for me just to take a screenshot and then I would read. I got one interview when I was on VV. I think it was on VV. And I know actually it was on Larry Blazes, and that was the first time I actually met your wife. Sure, face to face. Mhm.
Oh,
Wow.
with her on
On
panel.
panel, yeah, yeah. Wendy got to interview her before I did, actually. You remember Wendy?
Yeah, yeah. What was that like? I've never heard of this Wendy interview.
Yeah, well, that wasn't an interview. It was just like one of the first times that Sam actually came on panel and talked, and I happened not to be there that day. And I was actually jealous. I was like, damn, the day I take off, Wendy gets to talk to Sam P. But I wasn't there. This is like debating. We're talking about months ago. Jeez.
Yeah.
Um, shout out to Wendy wherever she's at, man. I've been dying to see Wendy. I
Yeah, that
haven't
was
missed her
kind of
name.
just like she's disappeared. It was like,
Mm-hmm.
see ya.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
remember
those
her kind of
kind
doing
of
that a
those.
little bit in the chats, the other chats, like the King Trolls and she
Yeah,
kind of was doing
she
that
was the
thing there.
queen of working the chats, man. I think their last panel she worked with was actually mine, believe it or not. And I haven't seen her since, but I've been dying to talk to her. I
Great
do have
question,
some
True.
contact, and I might shoot out a contact just to see if she responds. Why not?
For
Let
sure.
let be bygone, let be bygones be bygones, man. This is a we're in the month of Thanksgiving, so you gotta, right? I don't know how you guys do it, but all month long we're in my family anyway. We're thankful for everything that we have. We pick every day we pick something different to be thankful for, and we kind of celebrate it. So starting to yesterday, so all through the month of November. So um, and I can't believe it's already damn Christmas time. Black Friday's around the corner. I don't know that people
So
still do Black Friday.
no, I'll answer that question, but first I have to answer this one. So, True is asking if Sam copies and pastes from Google.
See, that's a good question.
So the way I would answer that question is, and let me preface it by saying, there's only one way I can answer this question and still remain physically a man. Okay.
That's funny.
No, give an honest answer.
Right. That will remain my nuts still attached to my body. And so the answer is no. She doesn't actually copy and paste. This comes all
She does it
from her brain. Yeah.
from her dome, as we say.
From the dome.
That's all from the dome. Let me turn something on here real quick. What is it? Which is amazing because I
I
couldn't
kid.
fucking do
But
that.
no, with Sam, she literally she does a ton of research on you should hear she's always listening to different videos, she's always reading, and then as she's learning, I know she's doing it because she's putting it in my text message. So she wants me to kind of know about it when she knows about it too. So I can verify she's definitely doing her research and doing her diligence. Um, it doesn't make her opinion widely accepted, but at least it makes it educated,
No,
and
actually,
from some form
absolutely.
of evidence,
Yeah. Well, you got to just pay close attention when it comes to Sam. That's all. You might miss something. So she's
Oh, for
saying
sure,
something,
for
and it's
sure.
something that makes a lot of sense. It's either an opinion based or some factual, something that she's got from her knowledge, from her years of studying or whatever. But it's something for sure. But
But yeah, on Google, Google's not always right. Actually, Google tends to be wrong quite a bit. So yeah, I
yeah,
would not use Google as a primary resource. Not
they
good.
say that. I Google almost everything under the sun, but people do say, how much? What's the percentage? 90% right? Or
Oh, right now it's stupid. Yeah. It's like
yeah,
90% I think. Oh, Jesus! You do the math. It's
yeah.
probably yeah. I mean,
Hey,
you can
Bart.
figure it out by clicking the link, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
bad.
it's kind of scary to think that Google is not a good source of information. You know what I mean? It's like um I mean I don't know. That's the biggest. That's probably the biggest.
All right, let me
Um.
correct the statement though, because it's not that they're not a good source of information.
Yeah.
It's just what they're putting the information they're putting out there or showing you
Tanzanite.
are
Uh-huh.
in order of who paid to have that position.
I see.
So you
Yeah.
may have the correct information, but you're not going to find it necessarily on page one unless you're looking for
Okay.
something that's heavily advertised.
Yeah. You got to do some digging. Good
Right,
digging. Yeah.
right, because
Hmm.
they're showing you results based on who paid for the right to be a top search result, not necessarily because it's the right answer. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I tend to just. I mean, I do a lot of research. If anything, I just don't look for one definition. I even sometimes even try to break down let's say a question about I don't know. I try to break down the words make sure that I understand every word in the what I'm looking for. So it can make better sense to me. Everybody has their own little technique about how to look up stuff. So
Cheers to
me, I gotta make
Samsonite.
sure I gotta make sure that almost every word is correct. That way I get the right results. You know what I mean? So
Right,
yeah.
right, exactly. But again, it's I forget what we were searching for. Um, oh, we were trying to search for this doctor that not just a doctor, but little organization that will perform a sex change operation pro bono if they fulfill these, the criteria that they have, which involves, therapy.
The only thing I found for that was for veterans.
No, I actually found it.
Yeah.
For therapy, they have to, obviously prove their identification. They have to, speak to doctors. Like they have to go through this whole process, including obviously have limited income and a few other factors. So I was trying to find this organization or doctor, and every time I would type it in, it would just come up. It would come up with who's doing the, the best sex change operation. Even though I was specifically putting the words in that I was saying, it was not showing me that, and it was very obvious to me that the people that were coming up
set up that way,
were
like you were
were the
saying,
people that just paid to be there. So unfortunately, that's Google. It's no longer just the right answer pops up as quick as possible. It's the highest paying answer pops up.
Yeah. Is that? I won't say. Let him come up and stuff. He got the powers, the ultimate powers. It was good to see everyone. Yeah, I got kind of a little bit of a cold feet. That's why I threw out 3 intros because I was like, here we go. And I saw Mr. P backstage and I saw a little bit better.
Okay, but you asked for the water. This is mine.
Hey, come on, a little bit.
You literally drank half of it already.
All right, just one more.
One more sip, not one more chug. You drank half of it. You asked for this, and you haven't even
I
had
did the
one
same thing
sip.
to my wife. I'm like, can I get a sip? And I kind of take a, yeah, she hates
Yeah,
it.
you chugged it.
It was a big sip.
You sound like me and my wife. It's only a big sip. Yeah.
She's got the
You gotta
green tea.
You gotta crack the whip, Sam. Crack the whip, Sam.
Oh
Whoa,
God,
that's looping.
it sounds like last Saturday night. Oh, it's terrible.
What's going on? Quick, Vic, the ruler. Can't pass that quick. Can't
Yo,
got your
what's
tongue.
going on? Somebody getting a fucking sex change or something?
No. I think he was looking. No, go ahead. You explain it.
How did Vic know?
I just
Somebody tell
popped
you?
in. I heard that. I heard it while I was coming up. I'm like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
yeah. He was looking for somebody that a doctor that did a sex change pro bono, meaning
Oh,
for
I
free.
doubt that. I doubt
No, he
that.
found. Didn't you find? What was the results? He found one, right?
What?
All
Yes.
right, hang on.
You got to meet certain criteria, obviously.
Hang
So it's
on.
not the doctor just handing out sex changes.
Right. First
Yeah.
of all, I'm not looking for a free sex change. Let's just put that out there. Okay.
Okay.
Not interested in getting a
Yes,
free
clear
sex
that up.
change.
Clear that
All
up,
right.
Chris.
Now that we're there,
True. Stop smoking.
I was trying to. We were having a discussion about somebody that's willing to do a sex change at no charge if they're willing to go through a process that they have of therapy, income, investigation, this whole thing. The point of it is to try to address the mental side, not just the emotional side of a sex change, which I thought was good. And if they get through all of it, they'll do it pro bono. So I was trying to find that. However, the point wasn't about the sex change. It was about the fact that when you search Google, you're not getting the best results on your search. You're getting the highest paying results. So the first 5 times I searched, I couldn't find it because they were just putting the local place that will do a sex change for $5.99 until this weekend ends, and then the sale is up. Like it was just every single advertisement for sex change came up before the results that I wanted. I had to go to page like 8, I think it was like 7 or 8, to finally find what I was looking for. So that was the only point I was making, Vic, is that when you go on Google and you search for the right answer, you're not necessarily getting the right answer. You're getting the highest paid answer.
There you go.
Which could be the right answer, but
That's crazy, son.
I think just like lawyers, I think doctors do a lot of pro bono work. You know what I mean? It's not only sex changes. I would think so. You know what I mean, right? You got pro bono lawyers, you got pro bono doctors. Yeah. I mean, I would hope so, because some people can't afford, certain stuff. So pro bono always, I don't know if it's, does the taxpayers pay? No, right? That's not a taxpayer paid. Pro bono is
Give me
not
a
paid by the
second.
taxpayers. I didn't think so.
I don't
Damn,
think so.
tonight. Yeah, pro bono is out of the doctor's pocket, or the lawyer's
Yeah,
pocket, I would think, right? Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think it's like part of it is that they're looking for a lack of income, so they're able
Yeah,
to justify that cost either to a state insurance or something. However, they're doing it, it requires them having low income. So if you're wealthy and you go in there, you want a free sex change, they're gonna be like, "Ah, sorry, man, you're totally fine." Like it's for people that are
yeah,
like a little bit destitute that they want them to have the same care as somebody that is financially stable. That's the whole point of it.
right. Exactly. Yeah, I don't
So
see
what
anything
the
wrong with that.
taxpayers may pay for it, you may be right. I'm not exactly sure how they do it. All I know is
Yeah,
that they're able to do it with certain factors, and one of them is probably, utilizing state insurance money, which, again, I believe you probably paying your taxes. So you
yeah.
may be 100% right.
I'm sure that the state doesn't pay for any plastic, what is it called, a cosmetic surgery. Sure, they don't cover that. But no, it's not. Even if it's, how can I say? They say you were, God forbid, in a car accident and you require some type of a surgery that cosmetically you don't look. If it's not, unfortunately, it happened to somebody that I know, and they would do just a certain, to they just they made it look good, but they could have went further, but the state didn't want to pay anymore, because then it became cosmetic. They got the face to look right, the eyes to look right, the lips to look right, but other than that, it had to come out of pocket if you wanted to go any further. Unfortunately, um, but
Yeah, well, I know some of it. Like just because it's cosmetic, it's not like you're
yeah,
going in there because your nose is big. It's like you're going in there because your face was crushed and you're trying to rebuild
yeah,
it,
yeah,
right? But there is an extent to what like how much they're
yeah,
willing to pay and how
yeah.
big those claims can get. And it's
Right.
kind of like when you're getting your car fixed and they hit the side and they're like, yeah, well, this is all the body work and everything, but also it looks like you need a new serpentine belt. I'm like, just throw it in there, and then they try to pass that into the accident. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the
Yeah, it's
same
true.
thing. Not the best
It has to
example, but you
be,
know what I'm trying to
yeah,
say.
yeah, it has to be a ceiling at some point, because, yeah, for sure. uh Lori
And
Rose, good to
sometimes the
see you.
insurance companies are just pricks. Sometimes they should cover something and they don't. We all been there too. So
Oh, yeah, yeah. I don't like
Yeah.
actually dealing with, I don't know. You need to, what type of insurance did you deal with? It wasn't car insurance, was it? You don't have to answer, Mr. P. I know you dealt with some type of insurance. I just
I
don't
deal
know
with
which
the
one.
kind of insurance that pays your family
Life.
when you die.
Oh, okay. That's the best kind. Yeah, that's the
Sure.
best kind. Gotta
Yeah.
have that. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's
Who
money in
who
Sometimes
doesn't
I
all
want
wonder
their
how many
insurance.
family to
people.
get paid when they die?
Yeah, well, yeah, but I sometimes I wonder. You know, well, yeah, that's not a good question,
If
because
what
there's
if they're
probably
gonna if they're gonna get paid when you die?
no, no.
They get
It's
paid.
everything that goes along with it. You know what I mean? So if you leave a life insurance, everything has to be detailed. You gotta dot your I's, cross your T's, and make sure that there's no fighting over money, property, state, whatever. You know what I mean? It seems like a complicated type business to me.
Well, it kind of is. But like, there's all kinds of legal ways you handle those things. Like most people that have, especially if they have a big policy, they have usually the beneficiary is a trust, and the trust is like
Hmm.
a basically like an individual has its own social security number or tax ID rather, and then you put in the trust how you want things to work. So, for example, your trust might own a house or a car, a life insurance policy, etc. And then when you pass away, you have instructions that are saying, hey, I want to make sure that a third of the proceeds goes to child one,
Hey.
a third, child two,
Mm-hmm.
three, and you put all the instructions there as far as in the trust. This way, nobody can really mess with it. Believe me, the things that you don't have explicitly written as far as where your property goes will end up going to probate
Yeah.
court, and then you'll have the state
The
dealing
judge.
with it, which is
Yeah.
a whole nother fucking issue.
Yeah, you got to make sure all that shit is in
No,
black and
but I
white.
say,
Exactly.
yeah, but you see
Yeah.
everything that Mike just said, and all that, all in place, and they still wound up in fucking court. Even I've even seen families split up
That's
over
usually
something.
Who?
with that's usually with
Yeah,
siblings and shit like that. But if it's on
yeah,
paper,
greed kicks
it
in. Yeah, if it's
goes
on
the way
paper,
it's
yeah,
on paper. Yeah.
yeah. But I've even seen
Like for
siblings stop talking to each other for the rest of their lives over mom's
that's ridiculous.
kitchenware, some shit, some
I
stupid
give
shit.
you
Well,
an
that's
Unfortunately,
because the parents didn't put that in. I mean, it's ridiculous, but the mom didn't
I
put
give you an
any
example,
writing and
Angel.
said where that shit was gonna go.
For
Go
good.
ahead.
for me and my little brother, we're 18 months apart. I don't got to worry about nothing. Everything is my dad took care of, God forbid. He took care of everything. You know what I mean?
Right,
And it's 50-50.
50. Right.
Plus my kids are in his will too, his grandkids.
It's like if you
So
got 5 kids and you got a large house, you have to split. You got to sell. The house goes for sale because that's
well
how
no.
everybody gets their part.
My dad has multiple properties, so
Right.
we split it or we could sell it. We can do whatever we want. Well, you can do whatever you want with it.
What's unfair is that some parents, and I've seen this happen. I don't know if it's in movies, but
Oh yeah, they
some parents
favor
will leave everything. Yeah, they'll
the
have their
one.
favorites and leave maybe two, three out of the fucking will completely. That's kind
Oh
of
yeah.
fucked up. Think
Oh
about it,
yeah.
bro. Yeah,
I've
you're
seen
sitting
it.
there, the lawyer's reading out, okay, you get this, you get that, you get nothing.
My
You know what I
mother is
mean?
my
Yeah,
mother's one of 10 kids, bro.
yeah.
So when my grandma passed, my grandma left her house, which is in West Hartford, Connecticut, in Elmwood, one of the nicest areas to live. And
Right.
not as far as house size wise, but as far as I'm sure Mike knows about Elmwood.
Mm.
But
Oh,
she left it to the youngest daughter, which was,
yeah.
and then the other kids got some type of money. I don't know. I don't
You
know
know
what
what?
they
I just
got, but
recently was talking about that with my wife about leaving the youngest. And the reason we said the youngest, because the youngest is always the one that is the everybody, all the rest of the kids are already well in, in their careers and all that. And the youngest is the little one. He's still in the beginning stages of his career, right, and still probably struggling or going to school.
well,
So,
she had
yeah,
a little kid at the time too, so she's
yeah,
the one that deserved it more than any of them because they're all older and their kids were older and already moved out, so
yeah,
it made
yeah.
sense.
In my case, I have a lot of grandkids who are going to be very happy. So that's
She
good.
actually
You know what I
goes
mean?
to the school where I went to school.
Mhm.
Now she's probably in
But
middle school.
dude, I've been to funerals, dude, and
I don't do
God strike
those
me, dude. I've been to funerals where they're already arguing over, and it's disgusting. You know what I mean? You're arguing over
at a
money
funeral.
already at a funeral. Yeah, yeah, getting it in like
Oh
really.
wow.
I'm going. I mean, hands. They're throwing hands in funerals. I'm like, really?
No.
Yeah. Dude, I'm serious, bro. I'm like, they haven't
Wow.
even been to court yet, or even start to divide the things, and people are pulling their hairs out over some bullshit, man.
They
It's
didn't even
disgusting. It
buried a
really is.
loved one yet, and they're fighting.
The
Jesus.
body's still warm, dog.
The
Jesus Christ.
fuck is going on?
Oh
Never
man.
heard of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Fighting at the
Yeah.
funeral.
You're fighting at the funeral, man. Yeah.
Wow.
You never seen a funeral get out of hand? Like,
No, I don't. I've only been
no?
to. No, I only been to two funerals, and after them, I will never see one again.
Why wouldn't you go? What is wrong with funerals? Well, what you have
I
a
don't
thing
like
for
looking
funerals?
at that body, bro.
Yeah, number
Oh,
one would be
really?
the dead body. Yeah, that'd
And
probably be the number
I
one.
lost my uncle, and one was my cousin that I loved
Uh,
dearly, man. It broke, man. I was
also,
fucked up
that's
for a
why
long
you
time.
got traumatized a long time ago, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean,
Yeah.
Angel. Though I've been to fair share of
they're
funerals
horrible.
and never had it be like a regular thing where people will lose their shit. But anytime you get like a big family together,
Actually, it's the
especially
wake, isn't it, Mike? It's the wake
Yeah.
well,
where
it's
they have the
The
both.
open
wake.
casket.
It's
Yeah.
both. Yeah, so you have
Yeah.
the
Both.
service,
Mhm.
and then a lot of times they'll do the funeral. So like with
The
my
next
dad,
day,
we had a wake, and then we just did one day,
Yeah.
and then we had the funeral where he was they had him
laid to rest.
riding behind
Yeah, yeah.
the fire trucks and shit, and then we ended up at a bar, and we had our whole family was there, so like we had certain like parts of the family that either my like basically that my dad like my dad's sister like we haven't talked to my dad's sister in fucking over a decade, so having them in the same room, it was a little bit tough. Now we didn't lose our shit, but I can totally see how in some of the families, like where something could go off because of something as stupid like that. So
Well,
I
that
get
happened to me.
what Angel's saying, but
We ended up at a
I,
bar, and my uncle's wife is the one that pretty much killed my cousin because they were racing. Everybody in the car was drunk besides my aunt, and
oof.
um, they ended up crashing, and the van or whatever, the truck or whatever it was, hit my cousin in the passenger side, killed him
oh wow.
immediately.
Oh shit.
Everyone
Jeez.
else was in critical condition except for my aunt. She walked unscathed. And when we ended up at that bar that night after the funeral, I ended up getting in a fight with my uncle. And then I had a
Hey,
1976
your mom.
Buick Skylark back then. And I ended up driving drunk. My cousin pulled the coil plug off the distributor, and I found out it was him because my car wouldn't start, and I chased him down and threatened to beat his ass if he didn't give it back. And he got scared. He gave it back, and dude, I ended up fucking crashing my car head on into a mountain in
Well, that's your
upstate New
mourning.
York,
That's I guess that's the way you mourn, Vic. Some people are
and it's a
listen.
good thing I
I
wasn't dead. I fell asleep
Yeah,
at the
no, God
wheel.
bless. Nah, God bless you, bro. What I mean? Listen, I went. There's a friend of mine, and his name was Anthony McKinley. He was an Irish guy. He worked with me for years. Um, Unfortunately, I won't say how he died, but you know, God, rest in peace. Um, so I went to his wake, and it's an
What's
Irish
up, your
wake,
mom?
and there's food and there's drinks, and nobody's sad, nobody's crying, and it was at his house. And I've never been at a funeral where the body's actually inside the house, open casket, and I was there within an hour. It was I think a disco ball dropped from the ceiling, and it was on. We were just laughing, telling stories. It was even some music played, I remember, and it was the happiest funeral I've ever been. It was amazing to me. It was like these people were celebrating his life. This is the way he wanted it. You know what I mean? So it was amazing, and I always remember that funeral because nobody. I didn't see it. Maybe I think the next day when we buried him, then the tears kind of flowed and all that. We're doing the wake. Oh my God, bro! It was a fiesta. I mean, um, yeah,
Oh yeah, the wake. Yeah. Well, and there's also
yeah,
some that they combine the wake and the funeral, so it's like a kind of like a mixed service. But yeah, a lot of
yeah,
times where you see the real emotions is during the funeral proceedings,
yeah.
but like it's the
Hmm.
wake where there's a bar, or like in our case where after we did the service and everything, we ended up at a bar. We had that whole area like rented out, and yeah, no, you didn't have a bunch of people crying. I mean, there might have been somebody with some tears in their eyes a little bit, but for the most part, everybody
Yeah,
was having fun. and we kind of like brought like a lot of family together, and
Yeah.
we enjoyed ourselves and remembered the good times. I mean, that's really to me how you should celebrate somebody's life. You know,
Yeah, you
obviously it's
celebrate it.
painful to lose somebody. You know, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but it's okay to have fun at a funeral. You know, especially
Yeah.
when you're celebrating somebody.
Exactly. Well, what age? What age is okay?
You
Because I've
see what
had the
True
discussion
said?
with my wife. What do you say?
Look what True said. And that's
House
facts.
funeral.
Because
I went to a couple. A kid. They still
in
do those. Oh
Italy,
yeah. Mhm.
they left my grandpa in bed for a few days
Yeah.
while people
I
came
eh,
over and viewed him in Italy.
well, well, in Puerto Rico for a while there were, dude. And I'm not lying. You can ask.
That's
It's true.
crazy.
There were frozen bodies on motorcycles. Now imagine you go into a house and you
What?
ask where, dude, I'm not lying. I'll punch it up if I have to. So let's say the
Frozen
guy owned a
bodies?
motorcycle. Yes, he was full helmet, full motorcycle gear, and there he is. He's not even in the box. They just how that's they kind of that's the way they wanted to go, and they do
Holy
that a lot of
shit.
Puerto Rico. Yeah, it's
Never
true.
heard
It
that.
happens all the time. It's kind of weird.
Wow.
Sometimes they're posed in a certain way. It's almost like almost going into a museum. It's
Are
like,
they already
yeah,
embalmed and everything?
yeah, they're
Yeah, right.
embalmed. They're just
Oh,
frozen.
okay.
They just frozen
Okay, yeah, yeah.
solid. They
I've
told.
heard
I guess
something
they.
like this.
Yeah, you tell the funeral director basically. You let them
But
know what position.
why
Yeah.
would they freeze them if they're already embalmed?
Well, they gotta. I guess they gotta. I don't
I
know how
don't
they
un-
do it.
I don't
I
know.
know the dude was in the motorcycle position. He had his hands on the thing and everything, bro. It was.
Yeah, yeah.
It seemed like he was alive, bro. For real. It was
Right,
like
right.
it was amazing, amazing.
So
That's pretty cool.
I watched this thing, and I don't know, it might be a similar concept. It was definitely some form of Hispanic background or Hispanic culture was involved with this. But you know, I think it was either both the funeral or, and don't get grossed out, when like either on their birthday or
I'm
on the day
good,
they
true.
died, they actually go back to the body, and then like and again, don't quote me on this. It might be when they pass away. But they go back to the body and they literally,
Yeah.
like you said, pose them and they take pictures and they. But it's a celebration of them.
Ugh, that's so weird. I
Right.
had one family
Dude, and
member
it's
did that,
like,
and it was like the whole family
yeah.
member was mortified.
But it was like they were trying to like as if they were there and they were trying to like celebrate with them.
That's
And
Oh,
it was
there
crazy.
goes
super
a
weird.
link. Somebody has a link there. Hold up.
Super weird,
Your mom.
but
Let me see. Let me
hey, I
see how
mean,
they look.
whatever floats your boat.
Deceased.
That's crazy.
Deceased map for Puerto Rico. I told you. There it is. I
I'm
can't do the
gonna I
ghetto stuff.
want I'm gonna
Oh,
tell
hit
my
that link and
wife
you see what I'm talking about.
I'm
Hit
gonna
that link right there.
I want my
Thank you.
wife to pose me on a motorcycle when I die. I'm
I
changing
wonder
my
if it
will.
costs more. Of course, it costs more, right? I would think. Yeah, it's a lot of work to do that.
Sure.
Yeah. See, I wasn't lying about that. You see? Uh-huh. And hey, what age is a good age to talk about uh funeral arrangements with your
Oh, he's
well,
on a
see,
oh shit,
yeah, dude,
he's
I
on a
told you.
Honda
Hmm.
rest ball crotch rocket too.
Dude, he's ready to go. Now, do
That
you
is
now
dope.
now there's an extra to that, Vic. The motorcycle goes inside the the
Casket?
hole with the yes. It's not a casket. I think I seen one that it went with the motorcycle, the guy on
Sure.
it, and the whole thing. I could be wrong though. Okay, not
My
in a, it
buddy
wasn't in
got
a
that.
casket, but I don't know.
One
Yeah,
of my buddies got that same bike,
yeah,
that rest ball. That's the whatchamacallit
yeah,
edition that
yeah,
Martinez rode. He won I don't know how many championships on that bike. That's
yeah.
Team Honda right
So,
there.
my birthday's coming up, and maybe I should ask you, Vic, have you already had that talk with your family about the just in case talk that
It
nobody
looks
ever
kind
wants
of
to
like
talk
you,
about?
Angel.
Fuck you, yeah,
Vic, why can't
motherfucker.
you answer the question? He's trying to ask you a question about this.
He's
I'm
trying,
Talking
I'm
about the
he's
bike.
trying to roast me.
no,
The bike
I'm
was
I'm
the guy.
I think it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. What was the question? I'm sorry.
Well, the uncomfortable question that, or I should say, the
to,
conversation of the just in case conversation with
with
your
the
family.
kids.
Well, yeah, maybe
Already,
including you have young kids. I think they're, or are they too young? That might not. That might be another question altogether.
my
Is
kids
it too
already
young?
know. My
Yeah,
kids already know. They're 11.
yeah. I'm not
Yeah,
talking about. Yeah, yeah.
they
Okay,
know
I
we're all
see.
gonna go to heaven one day.
Right, right. Yeah. I
And of
think it's important to prepare just in
and they
case. You
worry.
know what I
They
mean?
worry about me on the motorcycle. You know,
So to answer your question, I don't think there's an age. I think that's kind of like
a
really
mindset.
it really no, it depends on when you think is the best time. Like for example, I could say hey, age 50, but if you're sick and you
Hmm.
might pass by 50, it's too late, right?
Right,
So I
right.
think it's really it depends on your situation or whatever. I think number one, you want to always have your wishes written down and put somewhere where your spouse or your kids can find it. So if you haven't had the talk with them, they know that
Yeah.
they can go and find your wishes
Have it
somewhere, whether
written
it
down.
be
Yeah.
right. So that's number one.
My
But as
brother
far
did
as
that, Mike.
Hmm.
exactly.
My
Yeah.
brother's done
ICB.
that.
But
Yeah.
as far as
Yeah.
what
I
age, I
think
mean,
that.
that's really dependent on. I mean,
Yeah.
when are your kids ready to deal with handling funeral arrangements? I
Most
mean,
people die at 80.
but that's my point is when are the kids ready? And if that's at age 15 or 18,
Uh-huh.
whenever they're like clearly responsible enough to handle
Mature
that,
enough to understand. Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
But number one, I think,
Yeah.
is having your spouse or your sister or your brother. One of them should know if your kid's too young what you want and what to do when that time comes, and especially
Right.
they know like where the life insurance policy is, who
Hmm.
to call, all that stuff. You want to have that like well in advance because you never know too. You might be young, you might hop on a bike and fucking never come home. So it's not just
That's right.
you getting old. It could be any
Yeah.
age. So
You can walk outside right now and get hit by a bus. So you have to
like
have
like
the
Sam has told
PhD.
me already like what she wants if anything happens. So you know,
Okay.
and I'm what 36. She's 35.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to have that talk at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
can't be
uncomfortable
afraid
as
of
it
it.
is, yeah, you can't be afraid of it. It's important to talk that out or have it written out or whatever. Ladybug, what's going on? Yeah. Now this is one that I threw out before. How, if you had a choice, and I know most men don't, please don't say the typical. All right. How would you prefer if you had the choice? Okay. Obviously, nobody wants to die in pain and all that. But if you had the choice of how you're gonna go, how would you go?
Damn. I'd
Yeah,
want to
it's a
go in
tough
my.
question.
It's
I'd
a
either
tough
want to
one, I know.
go. I'd either want to go in my sleep or be
That's number one, actually.
be put to sleep after I say
No,
goodbye
no,
to
the
my
number
loved
one
ones.
answer to that question is to sleep. Is that sleep. Everybody chooses to go to sleep. Well, not
Yeah,
everybody. Some people want to die having sex. Yeah, yeah, that's a stroke. I mean, I don't want to have a
come on.
stroke. But the number one answer is yeah, you die in your sleep. You don't feel anything.
Rebel said fighting.
Yeah,
Fighting?
We're all gonna fight. We're all
Actually,
gonna
listen,
fight.
going down as a warrior, like back in the day, fighting, yeah, absolutely. In a battle of fucking like, with swords and all that, yeah,
I want to
I could
die
do that.
well in battle.
Want to
Yeah, I
die
mean,
with my boots
it, it's
on.
it used to be an honor back in the Romans, right, to die in battle, locked in. You know what I mean? Um,
No, I would want to be like say
I don't want to
goodbye to
sword in
all
my
my
armor.
loved ones, and then just give me a toxic like morphine injection or whatever it is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? or some type of, you know how they put a dog to sleep, whatever.
Well, so you gave two answers. So you were saying in your sleep. I was going to say basically what Vic just said, which is, let me go out as a
Sleeping or
fucking
put
like a rock and roll star. Give me some
Yeah.
fucking cocaine, some heroin, whatever you give me. I'm
no.
going out like a fucking
You
rock
got me
star.
fucked up,
Like
son.
a rock star.
No,
No. I'm
either
saying that's my choice. I know what you're saying, but I'm saying that's if you're asking me how to go, that's how I want to go.
my number one answer is
Strippers
to be put
too.
to sleep. To be put to sleep after I say goodbye to my loved ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That
Hey, you ever get?
would be it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a nice one. You ever get asked to answer this question? Maybe just me because I've had a number of things happen to me. So, the doctors say, do you want any type of revival? In other words, if you go into a coma, God
Yeah,
forbid, or something,
yeah,
like that, do you want us to keep you on the machines, or and you have to actually sign a waiver? So,
yeah.
um,
No,
I've always said no. I've always no. I don't want to be a burden. Obviously, to
well,
me,
I don't
my
want to be a
opinion.
vegetable. If I'm a vegetable,
Yeah,
nah, unplug that
or
shit.
vegetable. That's a better, yeah, better word. I don't want to. Well, vegetable burden, same thing. You got to be, basically being taken care of, and that's a choice. Obviously, that's a choice. Um, because you never know. You make it. Some people do make it out of comas and stuff like that. But I just choose not to. I guess you know what I mean. Just a choice. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to be on life support for a long time, but if I'm young and I go into a coma, yeah, no, I'd want you to at least
Yeah.
try for a little
Mhm.
bit, but after a certain amount of time, I would, after like, let's say, I don't know, 3 weeks, a month, something like that. If it's just like, yeah, it's not happening, he's not coming back. Like, yeah, no, pull the plug. Tell
Pull
me
the
the
plug.
point of
Yeah.
sticking around and being attached to a machine in order to live. That's not being alive.
No,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but sometimes
that's
people
this.
go into comas because they have a traumatic accident or something, and the brain takes a while
Well,
to come back. And I sure as hell wouldn't want you pulling the plug if I could come back. you know
Sure.
so
Isn't
it's
there
Yeah.
usually brain activity in those cases?
well, that's what I mean is like,
Um.
if it's
Yeah.
just like fucking like the lights are out, nothing going on, yeah, no, send me,
I don't
send me to
understand.
Valhalla, whatever. I'm
I don't
good.
understand
Um.
that comment, but no, I've
I.
never
Well,
noticed.
what's that? Hey, Vic. When do I don't address you if you don't?
I never really
Cool.
paid that much attention.
Cool. Otherwise, I may need to give Angel and Mr. P ones and spend time. I don't know. And that's Sam Samsonite, man. Samsonite's a cool dude, man. One of the good subscribers I have. Anyway, um, organ
Well, what
donation
is
is a
he
big
talking
one.
about?
I think he's talking about
What
This
I
one.
say,
the
This one right here. What
yeah.
is it? What does this mean?
I did the unthinkable. What's the unthinkable, Samsonite? You gotta tell me before I even know what the hell you're talking about.
Uh,
Not a big deal. I
because
just didn't know what he meant.
never just enough.
I did a lot of unthinkables.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
Organ
talking about
donation.
Ladybug, man. Come on. Forget about that bullshit. You're talking about Ladybug.
Well, I would ask him to maybe be more specific, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Vic will address it. Um, organ donation. I asked my doctor one time, "Am I a good candidate?" And I've always been an organ donor, but it came a time that I was like, "Man, am I even useful? is anything salvageable?" You know what I mean? They're like, hell yeah." Your brain, yeah. So I was like, a lot of people don't believe in organ donation, especially I want to say certain religions don't believe in organ donation because
10
they believe that
years.
the body will, when Christ comes back, that everybody's going to come back. You know, I get that part too, but I think if I can, man, just imagine if I can save somebody with one of my organs or anything that's usable. So, yeah, it would be amazing. Absolutely. I don't know. Your organ donor, Vic?
Am I an organ donor? No.
Yeah, no, for religion
Why?
reasons, or you don't have to. You don't have to answer.
No,
Your
I
choice.
just
No,
never
Larry.
thought about it.
No,
My bad.
well,
I was chatting. I forgot it was coming out as Angel.
now
So
let me add this. A lot of
appreciate you,
people,
Samsonite, and sorry, and chicken butt. That was from me, not Angel. Sorry about that. Good.
no problem. A lot of people say no, and now this is the theory. Now this is conspiracy theory type shit. They say no because they say there's a young man of 25 years old that needs a heart immediately, and you're your age of 60, and your heart's perfect, right? So they I don't know. I don't know. I hear this in the Latino community more. I don't know why. They say these stupid things that they will not save your body on purpose just to save the young man's body. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you ever heard that before. I know I have, and that's why a lot of people don't become organ donors based on a conspiracy, a myth. I would say that you know what I mean. That I would call it. You know what I mean? What you think? Are you not a organ donor because you think they're not gonna revive you and save somebody else? Is that why, or you just haven't thought about it?
You asking me?
Yes, sir.
Um, no, no.
No.
I never really gave it any thought, to be honest,
Oh,
Angel.
it's
My
not
dad
okay. All
is.
right.
My
Yeah.
dad's an organ donor.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I would suggest you look into it. You could probably
What's
save
up,
somebody's life.
Ladybug?
That's the only
Yeah,
thing I would
yeah.
say. Yeah, look
If I
into it.
could save someone's life, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Why
That's
not?
that's yeah. Just the thought of anything you can use to save somebody else's life. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Why not? Um,
Oh, here's Samsonite. I invited
uh,
people to pull up when I have family, and I will protect my family at all costs, Samsonite.
A
You got
fellow, your
these
family,
dumb
whatever.
assholes on here
Please,
that want to talk big and bad.
uh, I see what he's saying. That's not a bad thing, Vic. I know what he's saying. You know what I mean?
My family
All
is
that
not in any
bravado, all that
jeopardy.
pull up.
Trust me.
That's all. Some people talk like that. You never see me saying I'm a
I
pull
haven't
up
said
or
it since. I haven't
yeah.
said it
But
since,
I can see how
but
you could put your family in danger, like talking
my
recklessly like that.
family's
Because
good.
a lot of people do it. They talk that reckless. I got guns. I got this. I got
Dude,
that. If that's what
listen,
he's referring to. Yeah.
if I'm not even home, you know how hard it is to get in here? There's armed security in here. You seen it, Angel.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah. I mean, I
ain't
get it.
nobody getting in
But I
here
think I,
that's
I think he I
unauthorized.
think he gets further than that. It's like maybe not putting your family in danger with because you never I guess you never know who you're talking to. You know what I mean? I said that the other day. There's a percentage of people that will fucking catch a flight and go see you. Yeah. It's a small percentage, but it still exists out there. It's a lot of crazies for sure. Hey, you got what's going on,
Thank you,
ladybug?
Samsonite. God bless you,
Yeah.
bro. God bless
You're
you.
welcome,
That's all
boss.
I can tell you.
It's a matter of
Do
opinion,
you?
just an opinion. But
Just because I
yeah, I'm
don't
not one.
roll like you.
I'm not one.
Shame on
I'll
you.
say some stupid shit, but I won't. I'm not one to like talk thug. I don't talk thug. I
I've
don't
heard you say
say
pull, Angel. I've heard
no,
you
no.
say
Oh
that
well,
shit.
I one time do B pull up. I told
I've heard
somebody that
so
came
many.
to.
I've heard so many
I
people say pull up, man. It's
no,
not
no. I
unbelievable.
think one time I won't say as Eddie backstage. They were supposed to be in
I know
Philly, and
who.
I said,
I know who.
"Yeah, you remember that one? Yeah, because we were in the same city." And I said, "Yeah, well, why not? What's up, Zell Zell?
That's even more dangerous if you ask me.
Hey, Zell Zell.
But let's move on, man. I don't give a shit about that. What's up,
¿Qué
Zell?
pasa, Zell? ¿Cómo está?
Good,
¿Qué
good, bien,
pasa?
bien.
¿Cómo está?
Muy bien, muy
Chilling.
bien. Okay, good to see you. Yeah,
Yeah, just chilling.
super Cali.
Yeah, I heard that thing about what you guys talking about the organ donors. So, I mean,
Yeah, are
I
you
kind
an
of
organ donor? Yeah,
no, I'm not
no.
an organ donor. I kind of don't wanna. I didn't want to be one because my mom, she works for, she's a nurse, so she told me a lot about what they do with that stuff. And to be honest with you, um, like I kind of have my doubts with it because I don't know. Like sometimes they say that, yeah, like your organs go to like a specific person and all that stuff, but at times it's like they only take the parts that they need. You know what I mean? Like if it's
Well,
even,
you,
it's weird.
yeah, you know what? When you are organ donor, there's a possibility that your body is donated to science. So yeah,
Mhm.
maybe your toe will wind up in a jar somewhere in
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that's
that's
what
a
you're
part of
talking
your
about.
body,
Yeah,
like in
I,
science.
I,
I'm
I
not gonna
mean
lie, that would
that.
piss me off if my toe ended up somewhere that I was uncomfortable with.
No, I've thought of that. I've thought of so you're donating your body to science, right? Meaning
Yep.
that
Mhm.
there's going to be students maybe messing with you and not messing with you, but learning. To me, that's saving
Yeah.
lives because you're teaching doctors um, how to do autopsies and do stuff like that. I don't
And
know.
even like
So
for example, like if you have like a car accident, God forbid, or there's like something like an emergency where you're like on the
yeah.
line of living or dying. Once they see that you're an organ donor, do you really think they want you to live? No, they're
See,
gonna
that's
want
the
you to like
myth.
go
That's
to
the
the next.
myth I want to debunk, though. That's the myth. You
It's
see
the
that? That's
truth, Angel. I'm
exactly.
telling you firsthand.
No,
That's
it's
the fucking
not. I
truth.
don't think. I don't think so. I don't know. It just so seems so far fetched that you think they're like, you know what? You know what? Let's not keep him alive because so and so needs a. I don't know. They give it so much stuff. What do you think, Mr. P? You think it's something to that?
Um, Look, I was an organ donor at one point, and um, we chose to not be an organ donor for a similar reason that you're talking about.
Right.
I'm not saying that they won't revive you. I just, and again, this could be a false belief, but I think if it's going to be difficult to keep you alive, the
Yeah.
option would weigh more to, you know, give life-saving organs to people. But again, it's here's the problem with
Yeah.
that theory is that the doctor isn't like I think at the most part, I don't know, this could be wrong, but they're not like checking your license to see if you're an organ donor. They're not here, you know what, I could save them, but let me just check something real quick. Oh, organ donor, yeah, you know what,
Yeah.
let's just wrap this one up,
Let's just
and
Yeah.
yeah, let's just turn around.
you know what I mean? I think there's kind of like a little bit of a false fear, but
Yeah.
on the other side, I've heard a lot of like really messed up things with hospitals and
Hmm.
channels to like black market stuff where
Hmm.
there's
Yeah.
people making money off of some real shady stuff in
Yeah.
regards to organs and stuff. So
Sick
Kidneys
world.
and yeah, yeah, for real.
yeah, so I just I don't know.
But
It's a real tough
this is a great
thing, man.
comment. This is actually such a great answer. You just gotta listen. She says your mom says even being an organ donor, the hospital calls you after you lose a loved one. They ask you what are you comfortable donating? So you don't have
Mhm.
to. You can say just the organs. Let me get the rest back, and we'll bury the rest. Basically, I know it sounds kind of crude the way I'm saying it, but I think that's what I want. If anything, I don't
True,
want
you
the. I think it's
stupid.
just anything you can use, including eyeballs, penis, whatever, because it is a grandiose. Let me stop. What the fuck am I doing? All right, let me stop altogether.
Like, let
Rewind.
me see
Yeah.
what body
What
part.
I want to know is if you get 35% off being an organ donor, because I'll change my stance right now.
True is
Yeah,
stupid.
right. 35% off.
35%
Right.
off is
Get a
definitely worth
Thirty-five
potentially
percent
giving
off.
my organs
Listen, I
away.
think I think if there is a shortage of organ
No,
donation,
True
they should do that, and I
True
bet you a
gets
lot of
that
people will sign up.
35% off because he's a senior citizen.
Yes. Call them an old head. Damn, that's not true, but a lot. Damn, true. Call you an old head. Rebel.
All right, I'm calling
Or,
Walmart
or,
right
or
now, and I'm
Nicaragua.
gonna get the facts on
And
this.
True's my
And if
bro,
they laugh
man.
at me
Organs
for
are
it,
great in
I'm
Brazil.
holding you responsible.
Listen, there is no bullshit. I never seen, and I think it maybe in South America more than maybe I'm wrong, but even in Russia, there's a market for fucking kidneys and organs, and it's. I mean, I think it's around the world, bro. The last time I saw, I
Of
think is a
course.
documentary about uh, organs being a way of making money. I know the
Yeah,
human
black
trafficking is
market.
one thing, but you know what? They're actually somebody that needs a kidney in China will pay $1 million to someone to find them a kidney somewhere around the world. To me, that's kind of scary. That's
I've
when
always thought
you,
as like a backup, if shit got tough, I'd be like, yeah, I don't need this other kidney.
Damn, cheesehead.
You know what I mean? It'll be just like
What's
a
up?
like shit.
yeah,
I'm gonna lose my house or I'll lose a kidney. Keep the kidney. I'm good.
it's a kidney.
Pay off the
Yeah,
car while you're at it.
yeah.
Hmm.
Damn.
What is that? What's up, cheese?
True. I mean, cheese. I know cheese got uh, what you call it. Never mind.
Oh, that's a link to cheese is live. Well, that's up to Angel. I mean, I support cheese.
It's a 46 hours. It's okay. That's fine. I thought he was live now. That's
I
fine.
support cheesehead.
Yeah, it's a 46 hours. That's fine. Yeah, why not? It's not like it's now. You know what I mean? Some people just
46
do it right
hours.
now. Yeah, 46 hours. Was that right? Did I read that right? 46 hours. Yeah. That's in about 2 days.
Wait,
That's fine.
why?
Nah, I
You're
think
advertising a live this in 46 hours?
nah,
No
nah.
way. I don't believe that.
There's
That's
people
what it
in there
says. That's
now.
46
There's
hours.
people in there now, chat.
Yeah, I know.
46 hours, dude. We're gonna forget in about 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Better bump that shit up, cheese. Damn.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of
Maybe
different. 46
46
hours.
minutes.
No, it says hours. I'm telling you, it
I
says
think
hours.
I think you got the time wrong though. I've
Yeah,
done that. I have.
yeah. I've
I've
done
done
that
that.
too. I done that a couple times actually. I had to go
Well,
back and change it.
I hit the like cheese.
It's like the what's that called? The museum, the body museum. That's all like real bodies. Like all those organs and stuff are all real. The body museum.
What you? The Body Museum? I've never heard.
Oh, Sam, so we're just messing
It's called
around. That's
bodies.
all. Good for him.
It's called bodies.
What he should do is, if he wants to post his link, he should post his link, not the live, so people can sub if as long as Angel's okay with it, obviously. But
Yeah, I'd rather him. Yeah, I'd rather him just do it the other way around. Yeah, but it's okay, man. It's not if it's not now. That's all right. But
yeah, we're just
just
messing
for
around with
reference.
cheese. I'll love the cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, if he would have gave me a text or something, I would have advertised it for him. You know what I mean? Whatever. Yeah. It's
And
okay.
by the way, just as a PSA, like don't eat too much cheese. Makes things difficult in terms of regularity and such.
I eat a lot of cheese, bro.
Drink plenty of water.
I
Yeah.
stay away from cheese.
I
Well, listen, unless it's
love my cheese.
my wife's lasagna takes about 5 different cheeses. So
I
Damn.
for the
love
next
cheese.
for the
Five.
yeah. So for 2 days, I'll have a little bit of yeah. So but it's okay. It's worth it's
It
worth
should
it.
only
You know what I mean?
be mozzarella and regatta.
No, it actually is it's everything but the white cottage one. It's yeah. I don't like the white,
Oh,
but the other
You don't like
cheeses.
ricotta
Yeah.
cheese?
No,
That's the
not in
best
lasagna.
part.
No, not in
see, yeah,
lasagna. I don't.
ricotta,
You
yeah, but
must
I
have
like put
Puerto
ricotta
Rican
only a little bit.
lasagna.
Puerto Rico, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Puerto Rican lasagna.
Yeah, yeah. No, I gotta have my regatta cheese, man. That's the
Yeah,
bomb.
yeah. I've actually seen the Italian lasagnas, and they
Like
have
the
that white
same, it's the same
Mm,
cheese in like manicotti. You don't like manicotti?
Americano.
maracati. What is
The
maracati? I'm trying to think.
it's the big roll of pasta with
Oh
the
man, I
cheese
love
stuffed inside.
manicotti. Oh,
Hell
oof.
yeah.
Yo, getting
Anything with
I'm
hungry
talking
regatta.
now.
about.
Anything with regatta is like.
Maracati.
I'm about to eat dinner in like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Hey guys, yeah, so subscribe to Cheeseheads right there. He just put
We
his
all
link right there.
now I'm hungry. Damn, guys, dang.
How you doing, Lori? Hey, Lori, did you hit it on the casino that night? I hope so.
And L'Oreal, I
By
thought
the
it
way,
was
I'm
just a
sorry. Hi,
random
Zell.
link
I don't
and
think I said hi.
organ donation.
Hi,
So it's
Mr.
That's a
P.
fact, true.
I said hi
That
to
is a
chat.
fact.
My fault. My fault. How are you? Okay.
Ricotta makes the lasagna. You
Yeah.
got damn
You
right.
know what I kind of want to make? I
No,
want
I
to make
mean,
pernil. Like, that's what I gotta make is
oh,
pork.
I know.
I
I
gotta
heard
make
you
pork.
say that yesterday. You want panini, panini. That's up.
It just takes
Um.
forever to make, 'cause depending on the
It's
size.
it's slow. It's slow roasted outside. Some people bury it. Have you ever seen it buried?
The
Oh
what?
yes,
No.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I saw it like in Peru. They would have like a little pit, and then they would
Oh,
like
the
do
whole
it that way. They
pig?
would cook it.
Yeah. The whole pig. They put it
No,
in
Oh
the
well, not
pit.
yeah,
yeah,
the whole
that's
pig or
my
just a
Mhm.
part.
yo. That's my
It's
favorite.
in Hawaii. They do it a lot like that. Like that. They bury the whole pig under fire with a pit with the pole stuck through the mouth all the way to the other end, and that's the way they kind of. Yeah. Yeah. That's the fun
Yeah,
part. Just twisting it for sure. Even here in
yeah.
Philly,
My
you see
they
Puerto
had
Ricans.
that.
They do homemade. I don't know what you call those things that they're piercing right through the pig, and they have actually a a steering wheel at the end of one of the, and that's the way they rotate the pig. It's kind of funny
Oh
looking, but
damn.
I'll take a picture of it so you can see it one day. It's kind of funny looking, but it works. It does the job. Yeah, but
You know what's
Yeah.
excellent is goat cheese, which I never thought I would like, but
Oh, I
oof,
love goat
I
cheese.
never.
goat
Is that the one that
I've
comes
cheese,
from the
never
head or
marron.
had.
something? I don't know. Is that
Hmm?
what goat cheese is? But what
Mm-mm,
is
never
goat
had.
cheese?
Wait, what did you
Oh,
say?
okay,
What
okay,
about a
okay,
head?
okay.
Wait,
It's
wait,
from
wait, wait.
milk.
You said something about a head?
Yeah, because
Oh,
I've heard of head cheese too. I don't know what the fuck that
Head
is.
cheese?
What?
what?
Yeah, what is it?
What?
What is head cheese?
Never heard of
I've
that.
heard it. Head, yeah, they boil. I
Head
don't know, man.
cheese?
I don't know. I heard of head cheese. I
That
don't know what the
sounds
fuck
wrong
is
on
that.
so many levels.
You
I
know
don't
what
know.
else
Head
is
cheese.
good, Mike? That cheese that's in the block inside the container of a little bit of like water. They put it in salad. What do you call that?
Um,
Um,
Fuck, 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 fuck.
what's the name of it? That shit is
that
so
sounds
good.
like a it sounds like a
Oh man,
pastry that we called
no.
tres leches is
You
like
cut it. You cut a
uh,
chunk up and you crinkle it up on your salad, man. It's so good. They put a
yeah.
lot. They put you. The Greek people use it a
I know what
lot.
you're talking about. Damn it.
I could ask my wife real quick.
Feta. Feta cheese is
Feta,
another one. I don't
feta,
know.
yeah, feta
Yeah,
cheese.
yeah. Super
Hey,
Cali got
feta
that.
cheese.
I don't know what feta
Yeah.
is either. I'm never.
Yeah.
I'm obviously I'm not a connoisseur of cheeses, but
Yeah, we don't use it often, but sometimes we'll use from under cheese. I don't know if you guys ever mess with
from
that.
under Mike's around or something.
I
Ah
love
shit.
feta cheese.
Brum.
Yeah.
But them pass.
Yeah.
I like all types of cheese. I like Parmigiana Reggiana, very aged.
Regina.
Yeah, you get, yeah, it's really good. Very
That's
sharp.
what's up. I like extra sharp cheese, bro, with coffee and Ritz, or just
All right,
regular
so
cheddar.
apparently there is a head
I'll
cheese.
be back
I
Head
if I can,
told
guys.
you.
cheese. Okay, so head cheese is a brawn.
You
Head
heard me,
cheese or
Angel?
brawn is a
Yeah, yeah.
cold
Go ahead,
or
quick.
cut
Thanks,
I'll be
man.
back.
terrine or meat jelly that is originated in Europe. It is made with the flesh from the head of a calf or a
I
pig, typically
told you,
set
bro.
in
Oh.
aspic and usually eaten cold or at room temperature or in a sandwich. Despite the name of the dish, it is not a cheese and contains no dairy products. It's just flesh. Blech! Gross.
That
Yeah.
is
So
disgusting.
that's so at this point you're boiling a head to make
Leave it to
cheese.
Angel to come up with the head cheese.
Dude, I've heard that term. I said, I've heard people say head cheese. So, and somebody explained to me something about boiling the head of a pig or something. So that's where I got it from. He's like, look, Valerio was like, no. You don't want a little bit of slice of the head cheese? Nah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, no. I
Parmesan.
pass. I'm like I pass.
Yeah.
See, every
Well,
time I
listen.
go to New York, I go get
Yeah.
like the fresh mozzarella. Fresh mozzarella is always the best. The best.
It's the same. They say, it's like, i- if you go to China, you're gonna eat the delicacies. I mean, why even bother if you're not gonna? You know,
Like, see, if
yeah,
I was
don't you
to
know?
go to
You're not
China,
gonna
no.
you're
See,
not
if I
gonna
was
try
to
the
go to
crickets,
China,
the chocolate covered crickets and stuff like that. You're
no,
not gonna try not one
no,
cricket.
no. Even if it's
Yeah,
chocolate
yeah,
covered or every saute, no, thank you. Nope. Even if it can have all the
yeah.
sazon and well, nope. I ain't
Hey,
doing it.
Bart.
No,
Yeah,
thank you.
I get it though. It could be nasty, I guess. I mean, but I want to try some things that I obviously I like to try things. You know what I mean? At least one time. You never know. So if I go, let's say I don't know. I've been to Puerto Rico, obviously. You know, but there's still things that I still haven't tasted in Puerto Rico. I haven't. There's some things that I'm
Well,
still.
there's a
One
place in
one is being
Delicious.
morcilla. Morcilla, you know what morcilla is, right? That's
No.
pig intestine stuffed with rice,
Ooh.
and yeah, it's an acquired taste for sure. It's not for everybody,
Hmm.
but it's actually people love it, man. Oh my God, it sells like crazy. Not everything that has a cheese on it, I mean, it's quite cheese.
I mean,
I got
I've
it.
watched so before, like this was like months ago. I used to watch the show on Netflix. It's called
Right.
Somebody Feed Phil. So Somebody Feed Phil, and it's this guy who goes all over the country, all over the world, and tries their food. So he goes to like South America, he goes to like Argentina, he goes to China, Japan, and he tries all their like delicacies. And I was like, when he went to, I think it was China or Korea, I was like, whoa, no, I wouldn't eat that. I'm sorry. Like, no.
Yeah. Well,
No.
to me, a lot of the Korean food that well, not so much the Korean food. It's just the I like Chinese food, obviously. Who doesn't? I don't know who doesn't love Chinese food. I know I do. But
I like it.
mhm. It's not.
But I
You go
make sure
Chinese.
that it's like it's cooked. I
Yeah.
make sure it's just the steak, the beef. Make sure it's beef. Like, make sure it's
Right.
beef. You
I
know?
mean, wait, listen, that whole myth that the Chinese, they use cats and I don't know if
Yeah.
that's to be true or not. I know I wake up meowing sometimes. I do wake up meowing. No, but
It's like cooked that way.
no, no. If you think about it too much, you won't eat Chinese food. I'm telling you. I started talking about it for a while, and then after a while, I was like, I don't want Chinese food. So don't put so much thought into it. I wouldn't think that the FDA or whatever, whoever checks the restaurants and stuff like that would let that go. But um,
Yeah.
hopefully you haven't. We probably already ate dog and cat, Zelly. You never know. Hey, you never
Damn, man.
know.
I don't know. Maybe I have. Maybe who
I'm
knows?
just saying, it's a possibility that we've already eaten and don't even know it. So, yeah,
Seriously, you never know.
yeah,
Who knows? And I used to say go to Chinatown in New York, so I don't know. Could be possible.
yeah, um, yeah.
Do you
I
feel
mean, listen,
safe or
yeah,
nervous when you're in Chinatown by yourself at night?
Um,
in
nervous,
Chinatown, I've never been Chinatown at night.
nervous.
Well, actually,
Yeah,
no, I think I have.
just curious.
Yeah, why do you say that? That's a funny
No,
question.
just curious. I
Oh,
feel safe at Chinatown. Um,
yeah,
Mm. I guess
at
like I'm
night.
female.
I
I
mean,
don't
there's
know.
certain. I was just curious if some people find the
hey,
or
Gregory.
not.
No, I felt
Hey,
like
Gregory,
There's
so. I
certain
remember.
places I
Gregory.
would not go at night, like certain, places you'd call ghetto, or there's some places I wouldn't feel comfortable at night, right? But
Mhm.
Chinatown's interesting because they have
Yeah,
both
Yeah,
usually, and depending on the city you're in.
yeah. Now in New York, if I was a little weird, like it was uncomfortable, but I was here off.
yeah.
You know.
But what I would say is that some neighborhoods I wouldn't go at night. Fuck no, I don't know why. Why even bother?
Mm.
In Philly, that's not. But this one specific neighborhood I won't mention. There's is overblown. Yeah, you don't want to be there at night. But no, I never thought about Chinatown at night. No. Gregory, what's going on? Gregory has a great channel, by the way. I want everybody to go and let me get his link. I was just there a little earlier. I think it was today. So go
Do
check
they
him
have
out,
other
guys.
towns like other than Chinatown? Do they have like Puerto Rican town or Mexican town
Um,
or Italian town? They have,
yeah. There's
like in
there's South
Massachusetts, they have the
Philly.
North
South
End, which
Philly,
is
there's
like
a
the
lot of
Italian section.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, South Philly is Italian. I mean, I think Tommy would know about that more than me. But South Philly, yeah, they got the famous Pat steak and Gino steak and all that. So yeah, there is a part of the city that's Italian. There's a part of the city that's Irish. Irish. Um, that's I forget the name of it, but yeah,
And I'm not
we have our
saying
own
that
little
Italians are
section.
better or anything, but like in
Hmm.
most places where you go into an Italian section, like for example the North End in Boston, that's like a nice area. Like that's not like an area you would question your safety.
I see
Yeah.
what you're saying. Yeah,
New
yeah,
Haven, same thing. We have Worcester Street, right?
yeah.
That place is loaded with the best pizza in really in the country, along with some great
Mhm.
Italian restaurants. That's the Italian section, Worcester. Um,
Worcester.
so on and so forth. I mean, and
Yeah.
keep in mind the old Italian neighborhoods, quote unquote, the Italian Irish neighborhoods. A lot of the Italians and the Irish they moved out, and then it became what it
Mhm.
is. You know, Italian used to be lot of Italians neighborhoods were ghetto at one point.
Yeah.
But then just kind of like that whole, you know, the I don't know, it's not gentrification, but you know, the ethnic background changed, you know, within the those communities, and somewhere some the Italians went somewhere. I don't know if they're still there or not, or what, but you know what I'm trying to say? It's like now, like if you think of an Italian
Mhm.
section, it's more like a commercial, like you know, like Italian restaurants or pizza
Yes.
places. It's not like an
Yeah.
Italian neighborhood anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
no, it's
Yeah, there's a
not.
lot of
Even like in New
wannabe
York
places.
too,
Yeah.
like yeah, even in New York, like whenever I go to New York, you got Brooklyn, then you got like certain areas like upstate, you got different areas. Even like for Spanish, like for Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, you got Washington Heights, then you got another like you got the Bronx, then you got like sometimes Westchester. So you have different areas. And then Staten Island, it's just really more it's like a mix, but if you're in the South Shore of Staten Island, that's all the Italians, and then the North Shore is just like a mix. So even here, like in Vegas, like where I'm at, it's like a mix. It's a lot of Cubans out here actually, which is shocking because I thought it would be like Miami instead of Vegas, but no, it's the opposite now. So there's a lot of Cubans out here in Vegas, and like the Italians, there really isn't much. I guess like they're very like low key about it. That they're more like in like Summerlin, like a little bit further away, like 20 minutes, like 30 minutes from the strip.
Yeah, I just don't see, and again, I'm not saying I go into every single city, but I'm just not seeing like Italian neighborhoods where you go in and you know it's just all like Italians and I get it. Look, you're not gonna go into one area and see all one type of nationality, or ethnic background. I get it, but like I'm not seeing like majority Italian descent neighborhoods anymore. I'm just not seeing it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Are you,
Yeah. I see
Zell?
what you're saying. Yeah.
No, I get
Like
it.
in the
I'm
like, because you're, I know you're out in different.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it in
Italian
like the
South
Las
Philly,
Vegas
right?
area or
That's
anything.
the Italian section. We got
Is it? I don't
Fishtown.
know.
Fishtown Italian. Okay,
what?
Fish. Oh, okay. We have a place called Fishtown. That's Chinese. Is it Chinese? Okay, okay. So Fishtown is
Fish
part of
town.
Chinatown. Yeah, yeah. It's really nice. It's
That makes
open
sense.
market food. It's fresh fish and squid and all that exotic type. Yeah, some people call it Fishtown. I didn't know that actually till now. I thought it was all Chinatown to me, but it's called
Fishtown.
Fishtown too. Hmm. Famous
Interesting.
part of
I'm
Philadelphia, believe
assuming
it or
there's a lot
not.
of fish traded over there or
Yeah,
It's
something, or
yeah, yeah,
transacted.
yeah. Uh-huh. It's open
I hope.
market. That yeah, dude. You go on a Friday, Saturday, man. The people, it's beautiful, man. You can smell just food in the air, people cooking stuff like that. It's great in the summer for sure. Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we have Italian, like for example, in Derby, there's an Italian, like a club, if you will, and like it's one of those places that you got to know somebody and they got to like bring you in and sponsor you, then they vote if you can
Oh,
come in,
really?
and they have these crazy Italian parties where you hear them all like yelling and saying Maron," and I couldn't believe it, and they're dancing and fucking you smell the food, and it's like, but that's like not the neighborhood, it's just that one little section. And I'm joking, they're not all yelling Madonna racist, but yeah, it's it is interesting,
Hey,
but that's
Mike.
that's that's what I see now, is just these clubs. I don't see
Mike, you're
like whole
Italian.
neighborhoods anymore. Yes, of course.
Oh shit! You know, I just realized that. I'm
Why'd you
like,
think I
Wow,
I'm
was?
it
like,
took
hold
him
up! I
till
just
now.
realized that. I just realized. I'm looking at your avatar. You're talking. I'm like, this motherfucker Italian. I guess you are Italian. There you go. All right.
Wow,
Wait, wait,
Angel.
wait, 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 wait. What did
I
you think
didn't.
I
I did
was?
not know. I thought you were maybe just maybe Greek. I thought you look more. You look more Spanish than anything. Tell you the truth. You look maybe
I get that.
a Spaniard, like Spaniard type, Colombian looking kind of. Yeah.
What?
Mhm.
Yeah, I get
No
Spanish.
No,
I get
way.
like
See,
kind of like Arabic-ish or like something like that. I
I
get
would
that a
say,
lot.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I can see that a little bit there, but
I
I
want to
think
say like
more
a little bit like if I was to guess, it was like Albanian, like a little bit, like because you have
Mr.
a little
P,
bit of
Albania,
Albanian
really?
too. Yeah, a
Hmm.
little bit,
Yeah,
but like not
I'm
like a
like
I wonder.
Egyptian. Yeah,
Albanian.
You catch a lot. You
yeah,
get brown in the sun. Do you get a nice suntan?
yeah, yeah. Well,
Okay.
I try not
Yeah.
to. Yeah, I do. I used to get very, very brown, but now I get like sun damage. I'm dealing with. I'm trying to figure out how to fix
Yeah.
that. But yeah,
Hebrew, what's going
I
on,
got
Hebrew?
very,
Good to
very.
see you.
Well, one time I was so
You see, I
dark in
wasn't
the
the only
summer.
one. Look, Laurie Rose thought you were Greek too. See?
There you go. Well, that's why I wasn't sure when LG said, you shut up, you Greek. You don't know what you're talking about. I thought she was talking to me at first. I was like, I wonder if she thinks I'm Greek. But no,
No,
there was
True
one
thought
summer
that
where I
you were
literally like
Jewish.
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 I mean, ah, yeah,
I'm just kidding. I'm not like offended.
yeah.
But basically, you guys are just throwing out anybody with like melatonin in their skin. So nice, guys, nice.
And believe it or not, a
Um,
lot of Colombians are whiter than white. A lot of Puerto Ricans are whiter. A lot of Puerto
oh
Ricans
my
are
God,
blacker than
yeah,
black. We have all types of shades, and it's a beautiful culture.
was libertarian.
Because
No,
um,
moderate
yeah,
conservative, sir.
we have the whitest of the whitest in between, tan. Yeah, it's all different type of shades
I
of
mean, Greek is it's a common. I mean, Greek and Italians, there's not a huge difference in the way that they look. They're. I mean, you can tell the difference, but it's that Mediterranean blood. And keep in mind, I'm also Sicilian, so like a lot of my family's from Sicily.
Sicilian.
So there's a lot of mixing in Sicily. So when my sister had her DNA done, it was like 75% Mediterranean, and there was a ton of mixing in there. There wasn't just like Italy or whatever. It was very much along with a little bit of African and a couple different things. But yeah, we're definitely a mutt.
I
But
thought
what I
I
was gonna
thought
say is
yeah. Mhm.
no, I was gonna say is it was one
Right.
summer I was really like I just had my shirt off the whole summer. I was constantly fishing. Like I got really really dark, and then I was learning how to walk a tightrope. I don't know why, but I was practicing on trying to do a tightrope, and my buddy
Yeah.
like came in while I was like on the tightrope walking, and he
Right.
thought I was the Mexican guy teaching the white kids how to walk the tightrope. He thought I was like the performer because
What
he
the
didn't
hell?
recognize me because I was so brown. Dude, he's like,
What
"Where's
the-
Mike? Where's Mike?" And he like thought for sure like I was the guy giving like the white kids lessons on how to walk the tightrope. I was like, "Wow, dude, damn,
Ah, yeah.
yeah." So I
Listen,
do get pretty dark.
I thought growing up, right? I said, wow. My grandmother would say, "Well, this is a hairy culture. Even the women have a little bit of a mustache." And then growing up, I said, somebody told me, "No, the Greek men are very hairy, and the women are a little bit. It's nothing wrong with that, obviously. That's just." But then they said the Italians are hairy. So
There's a little
is there
something wrong
such
with a female mustache. I'm
right?
not gonna lie.
Right? Just a little bit of extra hair there, more than
I'm sorry.
most, I
It
No,
guess.
just is.
Yeah,
Mustaches are
yeah,
a
uh,
little tough to
yeah.
deal with. Yeah.
The
But go ahead. I'm
mustache
sorry. Go
is
ahead.
a little hard to deal with, yeah. But then
no,
now they got
guys.
wax and all that. It's all good. Yeah, but for sure.
I
No,
remember
sorry, I
one
didn't mean to
time.
interrupt you. As soon as you said female mustache, I just lost it. I was like, oh
No,
no.
'cause some women don't wax it off, and you actually could see the hairs. I'm like, oh no,
Especially in the
girl, wax
corners.
that
Especially in the
off.
corners. Yeah. No, you can take that off
If
nowadays.
you
That's for
get
sure.
tickled by your girl's mustache, that's a problem.
Nah. We're not having that. Yeah, I think I would have a problem with that. I think most men would have a problem with it. I mean, I guess I don't know. I think my grandmother had a little bit of a mustache. Not for nothing, but at the corners of her mouth, you can see a little bit of some growth there. To say some growth, but it's
Ugh,
cute.
What
damn.
Very
about
cute. Very
what
cute.
about armpit hair? What's now I've seen some beautiful women of Spanish descent, different descent, and then they go up to catch the frisbee or they wait for the taxi and you're like,
Yeah.
whoa, what the is that? What?
I'm not gonna touch that one. But I would say no to the arm. No, I would say no. It's no. I can't have it. No. Mm-mm. It has to be nice and smooth.
No.
It's not even a culture thing, is it? I think it's more of a preference, if I had to say, right?
Yeah, like so a lot of people who are into like the whole like organic and all that stuff, people who actually like use organic soap, for example, not even organic soap, but like the people who are really like, like gypsy, like hippie kind of thing, they like to grow their stuff out. And I'm like, no, like, I cannot have underarm hair. Like there's no way in heck I would ever have underarm hair. Like, no, no, no.
Yeah.
Like no.
Yeah, I prefer my
Mm-mm.
more. Well, that's a '70s thing. '70s, a flower child type thing. Women were not shaving their armpits and their legs. But we're
But
far
but
from the
it's like
'70s,
people who don't use
2023.
like deodorant either. There's people who don't use deodorant, just use like lemon, or they'll use like
Hmm.
something else. What the fuck?
Hey, I got a fun fact. You know,
Especially if you're on a
McConaughey.
plane with them. Like no, if
You
you're on a
know,
plane with them and you smell like that, like no.
yeah, I think Matthew McConaughey, if I'm not mistaken, and Gwyneth Paltrow do not use deodorant.
What?
Yeah.
Oh
Hmm.
no, I'm gonna be
I
having
heard
this.
say, yeah, I heard they don't believe in the chemicals. They're health freaks or whatever, and they don't believe. I'm sure they use other things, you know what I mean, but they don't use the the deodorants that we know, from the Rite Aids and stuff. They use other things. I don't know. That's what I heard anyway.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
I mean, like I'll use for like soap and stuff is like this brand. It's called Lush. So they have that
mm,
thing. I don't know if you have it by you guys, but it's all like non-organic. It's like no chemicals in there, and it really smells
yeah,
really good. Their soaps, but like I'll use their
yeah.
soap, but I still put on deodorant. Like you put that deodorant on before you leave the house. Like nope,
He's damn right.
I
I
need
used to
that
work. I used to work
deodorant.
with. I used to work with this Indian guy that used to tell me, he told me one time, he's like, we don't use deodorant. What we use is vinegar. I said, vinegar? He's like, but I said, you don't smell like vinegar? He's like, no, no, no. So he said he would get home, he would take a teaspoon of vinegar and he would rub it under his armpits, right? He would walk
Uh,
around for a good half hour, 45 minutes. He said that would take out all the impurities out of his armpits. And then he would bathe, and I don't know what else he used to use, but he didn't use deodorant. That was his way of. And that dude, I'm telling you, I work right. I never smelled bad to me. I mean, I wasn't close enough to really, but yeah. So that was his thing. So
oh
yeah.
wow.
But that's like home remedy type shit. You know what I mean? Latinos have them too. You know what I mean? It's like not everything's required to go to the clinic. Latinos have home remedies. I don't
Oh
know.
yes.
Um, yeah, we're the kings of home remedies. Capital, ven acá.
Yeah, get the
Um,
Vicks. Vapor rub. Get the
yeah,
Vicks.
yeah. Get
It'll
the
cure
Vicks.
all the
Yeah,
cold.
Uh,
Got a headache.
that and the
You got
tussin,
anything?
tussin.
Get
Hmm. And honey, and inhebra, whatever that's called. So it was
yep.
always honey, the tussin, the rubble tussin, and
Oh
maybe,
yeah. Yep. You can never go
maybe,
wrong with that
and maybe some baby
Robitussin.
Tylenol. Yeah,
Yep.
but other than
Yep.
that, yeah, we weren't going to no hospital with 104 fever. That's nothing. Come here, let me throw you in this cold water with ice in it. You'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty
you'll
brutal
be
going on.
okay. Just go take
You'll
a
be
cold
okay.
shower. You'll be okay.
Yeah, cold
Cold
shower.
shower,
Hmm.
some Vicks. You'll be good. Here's
Yeah.
some chicken soup with the lemon and the soda. Sprite. You good. That's it. That's all you
We
need.
we had the biggest jar of fucking vapor rub. It wasn't even Vicks. It was like it just said vapor rub. I didn't think it even say Vicks. It was cheap as shit. It's like from the dollar store. The biggest thing is like a fucking like a bucket. She just scoop out of it and you rub it on my chest and yeah, Jesus Christ. It was so fucking bad. Yeah. I said I'd rather be sick than to put that shit on me. There was another
Yeah,
thing
right.
that used
Like,
to
okay.
I don't know,
I smell
they
all
ever give you
menthol.
yeah, as punishment, we
Yep.
had something called castor oil. I don't know. Uh,
Oh, I've
I,
heard of
I
that.
don't.
I've heard of castor
Yeah.
oil. I've heard of it.
It was just basically it was honey. The base is honey, right? But the rest of it's
Mhm.
crap. It's like all types of
Ooh.
nasty. It's supposed to be good for you, but and it has all types of fucking just I don't know disgusting shit. But yeah, that used to make me hurl all the time. I should never want to open my mouth. It was always a fight with the spoon. You open. Yeah,
Yeah, right. It's like, nope, not, no, I don't want it. I don't want it.
yeah. But damn, it was actually a pretty good live today. We got 10 more minutes. I'll go 10 more minutes with you guys. It's such a pleasure to have Mr. P up here on my home territory with the Misfits and the Zell. Zell, I think it's your first time here. Is it your first time here, Zell?
Yeah, it's my first time here.
Ah, welcome to the Misfits channel. Quick Vic,
Thank
yeah, we
you.
do. Sometimes me and Quick Vic gonna do some morning shows. It all depends, I think the people Café con Angel Newfound Life, MWO.
Yeah, that'd be
Um,
good.
I've
That'd
had
be good.
I've had a couple of those and they're pretty successful. These 6 o'clock ones I'm not gonna do all the time. Today was right off the cuff. Mr. P actually motivated me to just go live, so I did it.
Mm,
I'm just taking a
yeah.
little bit of a back seat, but I'm still gonna go live once in a blue unannounced maybe sometimes announced. This live right here was supposed to be tomorrow, but tomorrow I got plans. I got a whole bunch of things to do, so that's why I went live today. So instead of
Okay.
because that live I rescheduled it like 3 times, so I'm like I'm just gonna use it. Why not? But
Yeah, I'm just gonna
it,
use it for today.
so what you looking for towards your channel? What are you doing? Some cooking over there and stuff?
Yeah, I'm still gonna do cooking. I'm gonna do like the whole traveling kind of thing too. Like whenever I travel, I'm gonna do like what
Okay,
I did last
good.
time. I was at the airport and stuff like that. So that would be another thing I'm gonna do.
Let me drop you the
And
link.
even like yeah, so I'm gonna do like even like whenever I go out somewhere like nice in Vegas, like a restaurant or a show
Oh
or
hell
something,
yeah, do that, girl,
review.
do that. Yeah, do some
I
reviews.
so Yeah, I did a show. I watched a show like a couple weeks ago. That's called Awakening out here in Vegas at the Wynn, and it was amazing. I would rate that like a 10 out of 10 show. It was beyond amazing, beautiful storyline. It was from Cirque du Soleil, and it's really an amazing show. Amazing show.
Oh, we gotta stay tuned. Zeddy, Zeddy, look what I did. I wrote your name in the chat. Look. So
Oh,
I'm looking. I was looking for it. Yeah, listen, write something in the chat so I can pull up your link.
no. I'll put the little laughing emoji.
I'll be fumbling sometimes. I'm been known to fumble.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
shout out to
Nice.
True Elliott. Obviously, I got True's link already embedded in my mind because he has with my Boricua brother out there doing his thing, man. Shout out to shout out to shout out to True. Good guy. Obviously, we're gonna. Did you drop it?
Yeah. Oh, I
Okay,
put I put
okay, I
my
got see. I got it. No, I drop it. I got it. So Zaddy Zell coming up right here, and then I'm gonna drop Mr. P's, and then I'm gonna drop Quick Fix
Mhm.
and Quick Fix. This is Zaddy Zell. Like and subscribe, y'all. Late night, Mr. P. This is pretty good. I like that. I don't ever go more than 2 or 3 hours like that at a time.
Yeah,
But
that's good. And
it's
I
kind of.
still, man, I'm not gonna lie. I had some nightmares last night from Eric, from how he
Oh
said that
my
last night.
God, ¿qué carajo fue eso? That was nutty as fuck, Eric. Jesus. Damn. I don't know, man. Eric needs
She
some punani, quick. Jesus Christ. He needs to get laid. Oh my God. So
Oh my goodness.
and
That was
what's her name? Steph. Steph owned his
yep. I
ass.
already listened to
My
Cap
God.
Gun. I got a new lock, you know. I got everything set up.
Yo, Cat Gun is funny as fuck. Cat
Oh
Gun is he
man.
just makes me laugh. Every time I'm up there, man, Cat Gun just keeps me in stitches, man. Um, so there you go, all four links back there. Anybody that has a link, you can drop it, obviously. Um, be my guest. Hey, Samsonite, it's good to see you, Samsonite. It really is. Thank you for all the messages and all that. Lori Rose, thank you so much. Everybody in chat. Chicken Butt, thank you. Your mom, thank you. Gregory, everybody that was in chat today, thank you for the encouragement. NWO is here to stay, as you see it. Um, shout out to Cheesehead and to Big Jake. Those are they will always be my brothers. You know what I mean? Obviously, you never know what could happen. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. Maybe this separation uh, would maybe bring us back together. That happens sometimes. You know what I mean? So I wish him nothing but the best. They were the best co-host admins I've ever had. I don't think that I've had so far, and I don't think I'll get any better than that. But I just want to move forward and just continue on my journey and the best I can. You know what I mean? So, and the best way I can do it. So, but I want to thank Mr. P, Quick Vic, Zeddy Zell, your mom, Ladybug, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate every one of you. Smash that like button, pulverize that like button, um,
Pulverize it.
pulverize it. Yeah, remember to hit that. Zeddy Zell, gracias, muchas gracias. Y
Of
cuídate, mi
course.
amor, ahorita. All right.
All right.
You
Have
take
a
care.
good time.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Peace, love, MWO. Oh, life.
Misfits World Order.
All right, guys. MWO for life. See you tomorrow. Have a wonderful weekend. Starting tomorrow, Friday. That's right. Tomorrow's Friday, right? Yes, sir. Have a safe weekend, everyone. Goodbye.